In today's class, let us discuss about the analysis of a double line to ground fault on an unloaded generator. Double line to ground fault on an unloaded generator. So let us consider the circuit diagram of a three-phase star-connected generator whose terminals are unloaded. So the neutral of the generator is connected through ground through neutral impedance ZL. A, B, C are the three terminals. IA, IB, IC are the currents through the three phases. So we are concerned about double line to ground fault. So there occurs a short circuit between lines B and C or phases B and C. And the short circuit is with respect to ground. So this is the fault point. The two phases B and C are shorted with respect to the ground. So the fault current IF flows through to the ground. So IF is equal to IB plus IC. IF is equal to IB plus IC. So before going into the analysis, we have to define the initial terminal fault conditions. Initial fault conditions at the generator terminals. So we know that it is an unloaded generator. So IA will be equal to 0. So for an unloaded generator, IA will be equal to 0. And the lines or the points B and C are at ground potential. So VB is equal to VC is equal to 0. So we define the initial fault conditions. IA is equal to 0. VB is equal to VC is equal to 0. So now we write down the symmetrical components of voltage in terms of its unbalanced phases as shown in this matrix. So the symmetrical components of voltage is given as this matrix form. So in this matrix form, we substitute VB and VC is equal to 0. VB and VC is substituted as 0. So when you substitute, you will get VA0, VA1, VA2 is equal to 1 by 3 into 1 A square, 1 A square A to VA 0, 0. So on multiplying, we will get VA0 is equal to 1 by 3 into VA. Other two terms being 0, 1 into 0 plus 1 into 0. In the same way, VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 into VA. VA2 is also 1 by 3 into VA. So we have seen that VA0 equals VA1 equals VA2 equals VA by 3. Okay. So the three sequence networks will be in parallel since the same voltage appears across the three sequence networks. Okay. Now to find out the current in the equivalent circuit, so let us write down the current phasors in terms of the symmetrical components. Okay, so the matrix form of current phasors in terms of the symmetrical components is written. Expand only for IA. So IA is equal to IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2. And already we have defined the initial conditions. IA is equal to 0. So when IA is equal to 0, IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. So this expression tells us that the currents, all the three currents are flowing towards one junction. Okay. Let's say IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. So from this current equation, from the symmetrical components of current as well as the symmetrical components of voltage, we can draw the equivalent circuit of the generator under double line to ground fault. So the equivalent circuit is drawn as shown in the diagram. So we have the positive sequence network, we have the negative sequence network, we have the zero sequence network, all three connected in parallel. VA1, VA2, VA0 being the voltages across the corresponding sequence networks. And VA1, VA2, VA0 will be equal to VA by 3. So we know the expressions for the sequence components of voltage. And see the currents IA1, IA2, IA0, all three are flowing towards one particular junction. Okay. So next step is to find out the expression for the sequence components of currents IA1, IA2 and IA0. So to find IA0, IA1 and IA2. So we have from the sequence networks of a generator that VA0 is equal to minus Z0 IA0. VA1 is EA minus Z1 IA1. VA2 is equal to minus Z2 IA2. So this equations are well known, just taken from the sequence networks of a generator. So writing this set of three equations in matrix form, we get this. Okay, so we are writing these three equations in matrix form. So in this matrix, we are going to substitute the condition for a double line to ground fault. So for a double line to ground fault, VA1 equals VA2 equals VA0. So we are keeping VA1 as such, and we are substituting VA0 and VA2 as also equal to VA1, where VA1 is EA minus Z1 IA1. Okay, so we substitute the left hand side matrix as VA1 for all three, and VA1 is nothing but EA minus Z1 IA1. So it is done like the substitution is done like this. Now we are doing the rearrangement. So this left hand side matrix we are moving to right hand side, and this matrix we are bringing to left hand side. Okay, so on rearranging we will get like this. Now we have a diagonal Z matrix over here. So this matrix we are taking to the right hand side. So when this diagonal impedance matrix goes to the right hand side, it goes as its inverse. Okay. So finding the inverse of this matrix is easy because only the diagonal elements are non-zero. Only the diagonal elements are non-zero. So you can write 1 by Z0, 1 by Z1, 1 by Z2 in the inverse matrix. So we get IA0, IA1, IA2 is equal to inverse Z inverse into this matrix minus Z inverse into this matrix. Okay, because the Z inverse should be get multiplied for both these matrices. So now we have a 3 cross 3 matrix multiplied by 3 cross 1. So when you multiply both these matrices, you will get a 3 cross 1 matrix. This is the 3 cross 1 matrix got by multiplying these two matrices. Similarly, 3 cross 1 matrix, and this is 3 cross 3, this is 3 cross 1. So when you multiply both this, you will get a 3 cross 1 matrix. So multiply and get the resultant matrix like this. Now IA0 is equal to minus EA by Z0 plus IA1 Z1 by Z0. IA1 is equal to EA by Z1 minus EA by Z1 plus IA1 Z1 by Z1. Cancelling out the possible terms, you will get IA1 is equal to IA1. Then IA2 is equal to minus EA by Z2 plus IA1 Z1 by Z2. So now IA0 is in terms of IA1. IA2 is also in terms of IA1. So we have to find one single expression for IA1. Okay. So for finding an expression for IA1, we use the condition which we proved earlier. IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. So IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. So substitute for the sequence components. Retain the terms which include IA1 on the left hand side. The other two terms which doesn't include IA1 bring to the right hand side. Take IA1 common. We will get 1 plus Z1 common among these two terms into 1 by Z0 plus 1 by Z2. IA1 into 1 plus, take LCM and simplify. Z0 plus Z2 divided by Z0 Z2 is equal to EA into, again LCM is taken for these two terms. Okay, so now we have two similar terms. To eliminate these two similar terms, what we are doing is we are multiplying by the reciprocal of these two terms, that is Z0 Z2 by Z0 plus Z2. So when you multiply IA0 into Z0 Z2 by Z0 plus Z2 plus Z1, so this term will get cancelled. Similarly on the right hand side also this term will get cancelled. Therefore IA1 is equal to EA divided by Z1 plus Z0 Z2 by Z0 plus Z2. So now we got an expression for IA1. Okay. So if you know IA1, you can easily find IA0 and IA2 using the previous expressions. Or there is an alternative expression to write IA2 and IA0 by applying current division rule in the equivalent circuit. So after finding out the expressions for the sequence components of current, we have to find the fault current. So fault current IF is equal to IB plus IC. What is IB? IA naught plus A square IA1 plus A IA2. What is IC? IA naught plus A IA1 plus A square IA2. So now 2 IA naught plus A square plus A into IA1 plus A plus A square into IA2. So we know A plus A square is minus 1. So 2 IA naught minus of IA1 plus IA2. So IA1 plus IA2 is equal to minus IA naught because IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. So IF is equal to 3 into I naught. Substitute for I naught. What is I naught? Minus IA1 into Z2 by Z naught plus Z2. So now we got the expression for IF also. So in case the neutral is not grounded, the neutral is open, the value of neutral impedance will be infinite. So the resultant zero sequence impedance Z0 will be equal to infinite. So if Z0 is infinite, IF will be minus 3 IA0 into Z2 by infinity. Any number by infinity will be equal to 0. So you will get IF is equal to 0. So in case if the neutral is floating or left ungrounded, there is no path for the fault current to flow. Okay. So if the neutral is grounded or if it is grounded through the neutral impedance, then IF will be equal to 3 into IA0. So in the case of the analysis of double line to ground fault, we have defined the initial terminal conditions for a double LG fault between phases B and C with respect to the ground, and we have written the sequence components of voltage, sequence components of current. We have arrived at the relation between the sequence components of voltages and currents. From that, we concluded that the combined sequence networks will be in parallel for the occurrence of a LLG fault. Okay. So then we are concerned about finding the expression for the sequence components of currents. Okay. Then we found the expression for the fault current. Then we define the case of an ungrounded neutral.